About 100 years ago, a learned Brahmin of the Vashishta lineage reside in Sri Ayodhya. Devotees form different kind of relationship with the Lord, some as a father, some as a brother, some as a guru, and some as a disciple. However, rare are the sages who consider the Lord himself as their disciple. Shri Umapati Tripathi Shastri Ji, a Vashishta lineage Brahmin, believed that I am the priest of the Sri Ram Ji lineage and he is my yajman, means patron. Every day, he would visit Shri Kanak Bhavan and humbly hand over his blessed garland to the temple priest, saying, "Please offer this to my yajman." The priest, being a realized soul, understood Umapati Ji's deep devotion and never objected. When the garland was placed on Thakur Ji's, Umapati Ji would stand reverently and blessed him, saying, "Dear child, may you always be happy, always be beloved of Sant, and may no evil eye affect you." The Rasik Sant of that time deeply respected his divine sentiment, but some people disapproved. They argued, "What kind of scholar is he? He makes Thakur Ji wear a garland that he himself has worn. If he had so much devotion, he should do this at home, but not in the temple." These individuals complained to the priest, requesting that only a fresh garland be offered to Thakur Ji's henceforth. The priest agreed. The next day, when a fresh garland was placed on Thakur Ji's instead of Umapati Ji's, it mysteriously broke and fell apart. The people dismissed it as a coincidence and brought a garland with a stronger thread. But that too fell to the ground upon being adorned. This happened repeatedly. Umapati Ji then smiled and said, "Look, Kanak Bihari is my devoted disciple. How can he wear another garland without first wearing his Guru's Prasadi garland? He is steadfast in his adherence to tradition." The skeptics challenged, "If Thakur Ji truly accepts you as his Guru, let him wear your garland without it breaking." Umapati Ji lovingly took a garland and said, "Dear child, accept this blessed garland. May you be blessed." As soon as the priest placed the garland on Thakur Ji, it neither broken nor fell. Tears welled up in the eyes of the devotees witnessing this divine miracle. In Shri Kanak Bhavan, 3 divine forms of Thakur Ji are enshrined. First, Shri Mahal Bihari Ji, established by the Queen of Tikamgarh. Second, Shri Kanak Bihari Ji, enshrined by Shri Krishna and Rukmani Ji in Dwapar Yuga. And the third, Shri Mani Bihari Sarkar, installed by Maharaja Vikramaditya 2005 years ago. One day, as the palanquin, means dolly, carrying Shri Kanak Bihari Ji passed through Umapati Ji's neighborhood, Thakur Ji bowed his head, causing his crown to fall to the ground. Devotees tried placing the crown back repeatedly, but it kept falling. The Sant quickly realized the significance of the event and proclaimed, "This is the neighborhood of Shri Umapati Ji, who is Thakur Ji's revered Guru. As long as the palanquin passes through this area, Thakur Ji will walk with his head bowed in respect." The devotees were left awestruck, witnessing this divine gesture of humility from the Lord himself. Whenever Shri Umapati Ji visited the temple, he would request the priest, "Please draw a slight curtain on the side of Shri Kishori Ji. She is our daughter-in-law, and it would be unseemly for her to be seen before her Guru." One day, the priest forgot to draw the curtain, and as Umapati Ji entered the temple, Shri Janaki Ji lowered her head and covered herself with her own hands. Upon witnessing this, tears flown from Umapati Ji's eyes. The priest inquired about the reason for his sorrow, and he replied, Mother Kausalya never permitted my daughter-in-law to even adjust the wick of a lamp, and today she had to endure the hardship of veiling herself with her own hand. I shall never enter the temple again. I will offer my prayer from outside. Seeing Umapati Ji grieve, Sri Ramchandra Ji himself was deeply moved, and tears flowed from his divine eyes. The Sant and devotees earnestly pleaded with Umapati Ji to return, and only after their heartfelt prayers did he agree to enter the temple again. Even today, Sri Janki Ji's idol reflects a slightly expression of hesitation and shyness. Previously, her idol was in a seated posture, but after this divine incident, she has been worshipped in a standing posture. These miraculous events illustrate the depth of divine love between the Lord and his devotee. The boundless devotion with which Shri Umapati Ji treated Thakur Ji as his disciple was reciprocated with equal reverence by the Lord. Such unparalleled devotion remains an eternal inspiration for all seekers of Bhakti. Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Janaki, Jai Sri Umapati Ji.